All right, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Any Sunday? So we're going live stream once again, and today we're gonna be taking a look at some stocks together. So I'm hoping some of you are on the live right now. Just let me know in the chat. You can pop up and say your hi for the night. But I'm also gonna talk about my decision, what I'm gonna be adding, and I was thinking about it a lot. What I'm gonna be adding into the growth portfolio, which I have been thinking about a lot, and I think I am already I'm ready for the decision pretty much. So I'm hoping some of you guys are there in the chat, and let me see if there's anybody in the chat right now. See the stream. I'm hoping that some of you guys are out there, so let me know in the chat. Let me pop up a little bit right now. But yeah, I do believe that I am already ready for the decision. I am ready for the decision that I'm making on adding what position I'm going to be adding into the portfolio, which is pretty much going to be Bitcoin. That's going to be my decision. I'm going to be adding Bitcoin, and I'm still undecided on if I'm adding the ETF or actual Bitcoin. I'm leaning more towards the ETF because I really don't think I want to open a new account, which will be like a crypto wallet. And that is something that I'm probably not going to do right now. So I'm leaning more towards Bitcoin. Once I get a little bit familiar with it, I'm definitely then going to go ahead and maybe look into other things, into other crypto or anything like that. But I am leaning towards that. All right, let me see who's in the chat right now. And Isra is right now in the chat. So what's up, Isra? How you doing? Hola, hola. JL also in the chat. How you doing, JL? Let me see something real quick. Just want to make sure that something is working. But I'm hoping everybody is there in the chat right now. Let me see. And don't forget, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. Very, very important. Let me just open this up real quick. And then William Howard. Hey, how you doing, William? Nice to see you there in the chat. Bringer of dividends. Hi, how you doing? Then William, once again, who buying SCHD? I've been buying. And SCHD took a nice share price dip as of recently. So I'm definitely buying a little bit more of that. So let me see. Isra is right there. Hi, everyone. Right now, SCHD, let's take a quick look at SCHD. I do believe it's at a pretty nice share price right now, especially under $27. You guys can see, let's take a quick look right now in the stream, and SCHD is at $26.54 in share price. So $26.49, and the dividends right now, if you pick up any shares, you get a 3.90% dividend yield. So definitely very good, very nice to pick up some SCHD right now if you're really looking into it, and you want to add it to your portfolio. You guys can see right here that dividend yield looks really, really good, 3.90%. I added another share. I'm really considering adding some more tomorrow, Monday. Let me know which one of you guys is also considering adding some more of any of your stocks tomorrow, Monday. Hey, Links Invest, how you doing? Isra, I'm buying one each week. Okay, one of SCHD, that's good. Let me see who else is here. Isra, you have 96 so far, so 96 shares of SCHD. Wow, that's definitely good right there. Let me see, Is Boogie. Hey, everyone. Hey, Is Boogie, how you doing? Nice to see you there in the chat. Let me see, JL. I prefer the NEOS BTCI ETF. Yeah, JL. I was thinking about it. I was because that Neos BTCI. Let me put it right here. It has some a very nice income, but right now I'm not looking for the income. That's why I haven't thought about you know adding this one. Look, you see the dividend yield right there, 27.77%, which is great. I think this one has some pretty good performance too. Let me see the year to date, 1.96. In the last year, 19.88%. And in the last 5 years, no, I think he started in 24. This one was, inception day was in October of 2024. Oh, let me put it in the camera real quick. But you guys can see right here, the BTCI. This is the one that JL just mentioned in the comment section. And he holds Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. I think he does calls on Bitcoin or something like that. I haven't really gotten familiar with it. Let me see. The Neos Bitcoin High Income ETF, BTCI. It's an exchange traded fund, blah, blah, blah. Long BTC, short USD currency. The fund is a fund of funds that seeks high monthly income with the potential for appreciation by investing in ETPs with exposure to Bitcoin, while also utilizing call option strategies. So it does some call options. So that's why it has like some very nice dividend yield. So 27% dividend yield. That's very nice. But right now, JL, I'm not looking for income. That's why I'm kind of like gonna test the waters. That's what I was thinking. What I was thinking is like, let me just start by just testing the waters with like a Bitcoin ETF where I could just, pretty much see the volatility, go through it and see how it goes, get a little bit more familiar with it before I even do anything else later on. But definitely, this one has a very, very nice yield. What I don't like about this one is the expense ratio, the 0.98%. But maybe that's something that you can maybe help me understand later on. Let me see who else is here. Unboxing Nams. Hello, Jay. How you doing? Nice to see you there in the chat. Anders, I'm here licking my wounds after storm last night killed one of my computers. Oh man, Anders. Wow. That's not good, Yeah, I think we got a lot of rain right now here in New Jersey. So, and there's a lot of wind too right now. So I'm hoping I don't lose electricity or the internet or nothing like that. So, wow. Good thing is that everybody's okay. So, Isra right there. And then Anders buying nothing except for SGOV. At the moment to have enough to fund my Roth IRA first thing in January. And $250 into O each week. Okay, nice moves right there. Especially with the Roth IRA. The Roth IRA is great, and for the future to have a 59.5, you get some tax-free money. You get to withdraw tax-free money. In my Roth IRA, I'll tell you guys right now, I haven't shared that in here, but I do have SCHG. That's one that I'm accumulating shares right now. I don't remember how many shares I have, but I'll tell you in the future. I'll tell you guys in the future how many shares do I have in SCHDG. Let me see. Lawrence, hey Jay, good on your Bitcoin decision. Pick a good ETF. Yes, Lawrence. So what I'm thinking on doing is I'm thinking on starting and testing the waters with IBIT. Pretty much, which I have it right here in the screen. Let me show you guys real quick. But this is the one that I'm thinking about, IBIT. It was suggested by Jeremy, which I hope hops on pretty soon. Jeremy was going to try to hop on and join the chat. So right now, after hours, it was a $64.15. But this one tracks the price of the Bitcoin. So I have to see where the Bitcoin price is at, because I think today there was some tweet by the president that might have boost the price of the Bitcoin once again. So I have to take a look. I think it's gonna be higher than this, but I'm not 100% sure right now. I didn't get a chance to take a look before I started the live, or maybe I could take a quick look Let me just do this real quick. Let me open up another screen real quick, or maybe I could do it right here. Let me just do this and look for the Bitcoin price right now. Let me see where it's at. But yeah, Lawrence, that's what I'm planning on doing. So as you guys can see, let me show you real quick in the camera. And you guys can see that the Bitcoin price right now is at $115,191 for one Bitcoin as of right now. So, and this is updated at, what is this, October 12th, 11:39 p.m. Not sure, you know, but you guys can see the dip right here in share price. It was like in the 120s, and then you know, it took a very nice share price dip. It went as low as $110,000 per Bitcoin from what I see right here. This is a quick look. I just went into Google. I think this is Google Finance right now. So, you know, so right now it should be around that same price that it's at right now, I believe, around $64.15 at the market opening. So if I do start the position tomorrow, Monday, I'm most likely gonna buy 2 shares. That's what I'm thinking about starting with, just 2 shares, and then I'm gonna spend about $500 out of my cash from what I have in my cash. Let me see if I can open my spreadsheet for the growth portfolio, which is right here. Let me zoom it in a little bit so you guys can see it better. And as you guys can see right here, I got about $881 in cash right now. I do want to buy some more Amazon, which is another one that I'm gonna look in a second. I do want to add more Amazon. I got $1,300 invested in Amazon right now, more than in Google right now. So $1,385. Google, I only have $1,292. I'm looking at Google because right now the share price is at $236. But Amazon is looking more appealing to me right now at $216 a share, even though the PE ratio is much higher in Amazon. But I am building up my Amazon position. I got $881 in cash, and I want to start with pretty much $500 into IBIT, into the Bitcoin ETF. So if I do 2 shares, that will be like about $120. So I could buy with $500. How much would that be? Maybe like 6 shares or so. I don't know. I can't calculate right now. But if it stays around this share price, it should be a couple shares, a nice amount of shares, I do believe. I can't get to 10, but eventually I will get to 10. I want to have like at least $1,000 invested in IBIT, you know, and then just maybe leave it there, ride it, you know, for a little while. But I'm going to start with 500. I'm going to start with two shares pretty much of IBIT. All right, let me see who else is in the chat. Let me see. JL, oh no, Anders. Yeah, I know, Anders. I was pretty bad, but you know, good thing is that everyone is okay. So hopefully you can get a computer. Let me see who else is there. Hola amigos, Bitauras right there. Then let me see who else is here. JL, I am older, so lean more towards income. Yeah, very understandable. Very, very understandable. That's why, you know, as of right now, I want some growth. Main reason why I want to add Bitcoin is pretty much because later on in the future, I want to sell it and I want to buy some of my favorite ETFs. You know, most likely some SCHD. I really like SCHD a lot. Feel pretty safe with it. So that's really what I want. And maybe later on I will get some covered call ETFs, you know, in the future. But as of right now, I kind of want to ride the wave with Bitcoin and see if I can, you know, get some very nice price appreciation with it and get some nice, I can sell my position at very nice gains and just buy some of those ETFs that I really like, you know, more SCHD, or maybe the other one that I have in my watch list is JEPQ, which is one that I like. It's around 10-11% yield. So that's pretty much the plan as of right now. That's why, you know, I'm going more towards the IBIT ETF pretty much. All right, let me see who else is here. William, I am buying BTI. Yep, very good choice, William. BTI is definitely a good choice. I think that's the total stock market pretty much. Let me see the Vanguard's. Yeah, Vanguard's total stock market. So this one, VTI, is pretty much one that people should start with. VTI or VOO. This is one I'm leaning more towards VOO for my kids, just because it's a good ETF, has a lot of assets under management, so there's a lot of volume going in and out, and it's gonna be better for them for the future. But when I can open an account for them, which hopefully it will be, in the future, in the near future. Right now, I'm trying to focus a little bit more on me learning, myself, learning some more about investing, and then later on, having enough of my stocks to have some income. And then once I pass, I want to pass it down to them, to my kids. So later on, once they turn 18, I'm going to have them, and I told them already, I'm going to have them open a brokerage account, a taxable, and they're going to start investing into 2 ETFs that I'm going to tell them. One of them is going to be VOO, most likely, rather than VTI. But VTI is still a great ETF. I think you can't go wrong with either one, with either VOO or VTI. Expense ratio is only 0.03%. These are all the stocks from the US market. So that's why with this one, you can't go wrong. Very nice, steady growth, over time. So this is great. Only has a 1.16 dividend yield. But, when you're investing in the total stock market or VOO, you're just looking for growth, for the future. So definitely a great one right there. William, I am also buying VXUS and VSS. I think those are also some other ones that do the total something. Let me see. I think it's the international VXUS. Let me see. Yeah, VXUS is total international stock, and VSS is all world X US small cap ETF. But those are great too. Definitely. ISRA. I have 10 SCHG in my Roth. Oh, nice position in SCHG. Especially right now, the share price is like around $30 or so. I think it is. Let me see. Let me take a quick look. It's at $31 right now, SCHG. You guys can see right here, Schwab US Large Cap Growth ETF, SCHG, $31.43. I bought some when it was right here in the 20s. 22, 23, 24. I made most of my purchases right here in SCHG. As of recently, I have bought before SCHG, but right here I bought some more. I wish I would have bought a lot more right here in the 22s, but most of my purchases, I think I made them right here in the 24, 25, 23, but $22, it was great. That was a very nice dip in SCHG, and hopefully some of you guys also took advantage of that. Expense ratio is only 0.04%, which is something that I really like a lot. Dividend yield only 0.37%. That's not something that I'm looking into. That's why I have SCHD for the 4% dividend yield pretty much. But this one, I have a nice amount of shares in my Roth IRA. I should honestly be a little bit more bullish in my Roth because that's tax-free income. But I'm more right now focused on the taxable, just in case. You just never know. You just never know. What can happen, and when am I gonna need that income that SCHD produces, or the money, because those dividends are pretty nice. You guys can see that SCHG holds 48%, almost 49% in technology. That's why it has some very nice growth. Consumer discretionary 12.4%, communication services 10.99%, healthcare 7%, financial 7%, and then you have some more right here: consumer staples, industrials. Nvidia is their largest position. Microsoft there too, Apple, Amazon, Broadcom, Tesla, Meta Platforms. This is one that I would like to hold also. But I went with Bitcoin. So I'm gonna go with Jeremy's choice right there with what he suggested. All right, let me see who else is here unboxing NAMs. Do you think it's better to invest on NEOS IYRI instead of buying Main, Vici? Can you analyze IYRI? We can take a quick look at IYRI. Why not? IYRI. Let me take a look. It's NEOS Real Estate High Income ETF. Wow. Assets under management, $128 million. Expense ratio is at 0.68%. So you're paying some expense ratio right there. Dividend yield, very nice, 8.83%. Dividend, $4.34 per share per year. So let me see. Payout frequency monthly. So that's good. I like that. Inception date. It just got this one just IPO in 2025 in January. So let me see. It doesn't have that much history, so I can only do the year to date pretty much because the IPO was this year. So you guys can see that it's just down 3.21%. If it's a real estate, I think you're mostly doing it for the income. But you guys can see that most of the holdings are in real estate. Some are in financials, 2.4%. Let me see some of the companies right here. Prologis, American Tower, AMT, Welltower. I don't know about this ETF. I never heard of this one. But it seems like it's a very large position there. So it's definitely a good real estate, I'm guessing. All Realty Income, of course. PSA Public Storage, Crown Castle, Vici Properties, one of my favorite ones right there. I don't see Main Street Capital. I guess it doesn't do BDCs in their folder. Only has 25 holdings. Let me see how many holdings. 68 holdings. I guess these are just the top 25 right now. The top 25. It might have Main Street Capital maybe just lower in the bottom right now. But for this one, what your question was is it better to invest on NEOS IYRI instead of buying Main and Vici? Well, you're paying an expense ratio. What's their name? Main Street Capital. I think the dividend yield is like 7% or something like that. So you get a similar dividend yield without paying the expense ratio. Now, you do take more risk because you are only investing in one company. But if you see dividend yield right now, Main Street Capital, 7.73% without paying any expense ratio, which is good. The good thing about the ETF is that you have diversity. You have 68 real estate companies and financial companies. I'm guessing some BDCs also. So, which is good for if you just want to buy and not do any research, just want to buy and collect the dividend yield. Yeah, I think that's not that bad. But honestly, I will probably just go with JEPQ because that one, let me go back. IYRI, right? If you look at it, 0.68% expense ratio, right? When you go to JEPQ, which is a cover call ETF, and the dividends are also going to be qualified, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. This one only has a 0.35% expense ratio. So half the expense ratio right now. The dividends are going to be regular income. Remember, they're not going to be the income or hold on, I'm trying to think of the qualified and not qualified dividends. I think these are non-qualified dividends, so they get the tax is going to be taxed as ordinary income. It's not going to be taxed as a dividend, which gets a special treatment in taxes. But this one has half the expense ratio and you get a 10.61% dividend yield. So you get 2% more dividend yield than the real estate ETF, and you get charged less, for the expense ratio. I would rather consider something like this better than the REIT ETF, But it also depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for income? Are you looking for growth? It all depends on what you're looking for. But myself personally, I think I would consider something more better, something more like this, with a lower expense ratio and a higher dividend yield. All right. So Jeremy just showed up. What are you buying 2 shares of? So Jeremy, nice to see you. What's up, Jeremy? So pretty much what I'm buying 2 shares of is gonna be IBIT, Bitcoin ETF. So right here, $66 right now. After hours at $64. So yes, I'm gonna go with what you suggested or what you brought up to the chat and to the community. I'm gonna go with IBIT. The one reason, Jeremy, because you probably missed it too, is because I do want to test the waters. I was thinking about either creating a crypto wallet or doing an ETF, right? I was in between both. But the more and more I thought about it, I'm like, I kind of don't want to create a new account just yet. I want to continue growing the growth portfolio. And let me just test the waters with an ETF, with the Bitcoin ETF. Then maybe later on, once I get more familiar with crypto, if I really get into it and start liking it more and more, maybe I can add some more of any other crypto coins or something like that. If I want to gamble a little bit more. But as of right now, I do want to start with something like a iShares Bitcoin ETF, pretty much. So that is going to be my choice for now. And I'm going to start with 2 shares first. Then after that, I'm probably gonna add like a share here and there or 2 shares again, but I'm planning on spending about $500. That's gonna be my initial purchase, and then after that I'm gonna buy some more here and there if the share price goes down or even if it goes up. So that's gonna be it. We're here, boys. Nicolas, nice to see you. Jay cooking this week after that dip. Yes, Nicolas. Made a couple purchases. Made a couple purchases on the dip, which was great. To make purchases there. I got lucky, honestly. I don't know. I think if you guys saw the video today, the update, I was going to make some purchases earlier in the morning, while I was at work. I was gonna take a quick break and make the purchases, but I was like, you know what? I'll just buy them later on once I get home. And when I got home, I saw the news. I saw that the stock market just went down in share price. Everything was down. So I went ahead and I'm like, oh, man, I got to go ahead and buy some more. So I bought some more Amazon. I bought some more Procter & Gamble. But I bought a little bit heavier in Amazon. And right now I'm keeping an eye on Google. That's my other stock that I want to build up. So out of the $800 and something that I have in the growth portfolio, I want to put like about 300 of that in Amazon and Google. So that's what I have been buying right now. So definitely was great timing. Great timing there. All right. So Jeremy, look for Google to retest $215 support. I might start adding again at $225. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's a pretty good share price right there. At $225. That does look pretty good right there for sure. Let me see Google again. Once again, I'm going to go right here into Google Alphabet. And you guys can see that it is at $236 after hours, $235. So looks $235 after hours. So it's looking pretty good. Look at that PE ratio, 25. So if it goes down to like the 220s, 225, PE ratio is probably going to be like around 20, 21. So that's going to be pretty nice once again to get it around that PE ratio. Price target, they have it at $244. So I do like that. In the last month is down 1.28%. In the last year to date, it's still up 24.97%. So you guys can see the dip. It didn't even hurt the stock that much, to be honest with you. So it wasn't that big of a dip in Google, in Alphabet. So I did take advantage of Amazon a little bit more. So, and I want to buy some more tomorrow on Monday. So since I'm gonna be buying IBIT, I'm probably gonna go ahead and maybe buy some more Amazon, depending on where the share price is at. Let me take a look at the after hours on Amazon. I think it's right here. Spoke about it this morning, but yeah, Amazon is at $215 after hours. So if it goes down some more, yeah, I think I'm gonna make another $100 purchase. So stay tuned for that for next week. I think that's what I'm gonna do with Amazon. So for sure. All right, let me see. Good call on IBIT from Jeremy. Yes, I knew you were gonna be happy, so definitely. I'm happy with my decision. Honestly, the more and more I thought about it, I was talking about it yesterday. But yeah, was thinking about it more and more yesterday and looking at it and looking into it. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta start doing it. I want to do something different. I want to invest in something like Bitcoin just to see where everything goes. So much of the young population, is investing in Bitcoin and is investing in some type of crypto coin, right? So I'm like, let me just jump in. Let me test the waters. Also, if it goes down to zero, so be it. I'm starting with like a couple $100. My portfolio is a lot larger now, so if I lose a couple $100, I'm okay with it. It's not gonna be the end of the world for me. So that's also one of the reasons why I'm just gonna start something a little bit more risky, which is in Bitcoin. SCHD equals qualified dividend. Yes, thank you, Lawrence, for that right there. So SCHD, then unboxing names. I bought SCHG at $21. Very nice. Very nice right there. What's up, Jay, from the thrill? I went with my VUG instead of SCHG because of tech. I own Vanguard VGT. Yeah, VUG is also another good one. I like VUG also. The only thing is that the share price is $400 something. I like to accumulate a little bit more shares. It makes me feel better to accumulate more shares. But VUG is similar to SCHG, pretty similar. Same expense ratio, 0.04%. And you guys can see that you don't go by the dividend yield because this is more for growth. If you open the year to date, it's up 14.6%. In the last year, is up 21.35%. And in the last 5 years, it's up almost 100%. So this is another pretty good ETF. I feel like it is pretty safe, but that's just my opinion. It also comes from Vanguard, so very big brokerage. So nothing wrong with that, honestly. But I did go for Vanguard. I went more with VGT. I really like VGT. It's all tech. I think for the future, especially for the future, it's mostly going to be tech. The future is going more towards tech. Everything is just going to be tech. And that's why I'm going a little bit heavier. I know I'm being a little bit more bullish in the tech sector as of lately. But, the more and more I see the news and I look at everything from all the companies, Tesla, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Broadcom. Look at all these companies right here. Palantir, Cisco Systems, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, Salesforce is another one. I think some of you guys are buying Salesforce. Also Cisco, IBM, Intuit. There's just so many companies right here in VGT. Adobe, also one that I was looking into. Arista Networks, this is another one. I've seen some people in the YouTube community talking about it a little bit. So for sure, I really like this one. I really like VGT. And I started doing what Tim mentioned last week. I started putting $5 today, or this Friday, sorry. So planning on doing that also moving forward. Just throwing a couple dollars here and there into VGT for the future. All right. Let me see. Jeremy, I got a young fella at work to start himself a Roth. Took a year to get him to come around, but he finally started it. Set him up with SCHG, SCHD, and IBIT. Very nice combination. Very nice of you, Jeremy, to start that young guy to start investing, especially in a Roth IRA. What? Definitely that's good. It took a year, but that was good, that you got him to start. And that's a nice portfolio right there. SCHG, SCHD, and IBIT together. That's pretty good. And since he's young, he's going to have, like 30 years? So imagine about 30 years of IBIT and SCHG compounding. Wow. And then selling it later on, definitely. That's definitely going to be some very nice gains right there. Isra, thumbs up. They're thrilled. I sold all my REITs and went with QQQI and SPYI for yield and total return. Yeah, QQQI, I think there's some more. There's some more here in the chat that are gonna probably say that they also invest in QQQI. I think JL, you also invest in QQQI, right? I think you invest in this one. I know we have looked at this one in the past, and some of you also invest in it. QQQI, it got a 13.8% dividend yield, 0.68% expense ratio. So in this one, monthly payout frequency also. Holdings, it has mostly technology, 51%, communication services, 11, consumer discretionary, 11, and everything else is much smaller. But it has like Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Broadcom, all the nice companies, Amazon. One of my favorites right now in Amazon. I know I've been talking about it a lot, but yeah, I really like Amazon. This one, if you guys see right here, since inception, 19.71% returns. So very nice returns right there. This is total returns. This is with dividends. Let me see the share price in the last year. 3.17% returns, and then in the last 5 years, this one inception was in 2024. So 6.880% returns in the last, since inception, pretty much. That's just in share price. With the dividends, it adds up to 19.71%. So far, this one has been performing very good. This NEOS Nasdaq 100 High Income ETF, QQQI. So I know some of you guys out there also invest in QQQI. Let me see, JL. I have IYRI. It's doing well and paying nice dividends. Okay, that's good. IYRI is actually around 11% dividend yield. But when I looked at it right here, it only had like a 8% IYRI. And a much higher. Yeah, if you see it right here, 8.83%. Maybe JL, you based on your cost per share is at 11%. It could be. That could be it. Did you buy on the nice dips? It had a couple nice dips. It started in January of 2025. So I don't know. Right now it says right here 8.83%. So maybe it's just your cost per share. But yeah, that's that one. Let me see who else. ISRA, it's paying 46 cents monthly, that IYRI. So yeah, let me see the dividend real quick. Yeah, it pays around 46, 45, 47 cents, 46, 48 cents in May. So, but yeah, I think I would just consider. What do you guys think? Wouldn't you guys consider maybe like a JEPQ or something like that? Since these dividends are gonna be non-qualified, you're gonna be taxed as ordinary income. So, not like SCHD. SCHD is qualified dividend, so you don't get paid. You don't get taxed as ordinary income. So, I don't know. I think I would rather look into something with like a smaller fee, smaller expense ratio, or like something with a higher yield, like QQQI, pretty much. I would rather, maybe if I'm gonna pay a large expense ratio, maybe I'll go with something higher yield, like QQQI. I think I like that one a little bit more. Jeremy, Gemini has a credit card that buys crypto for you instead of points or cashback. You could buy gas and BTC at the same time. Really? That sounds pretty good right there. I don't know. I'll have to look into that one, Jeremy. Take a look at ticker TD from ISRA. Isn't that let me see. Oh, Toronto Dominion Bank. This one, we can definitely take a look. I think this one is a Canadian bank, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this one, together with its subsidiaries, provides financial production services in Canada, the United States, internationally. Okay, but I think this is a Canadian stock, right? Isn't it? So I think you gotta pay, if you live in the US, you gotta pay international taxes pretty much. Let me see. The PE ratio right now is at 9.15. Forward PE 12.95. Analysts are calling this a buy. price target is $105, 34%. Hold on, let me put it in the camera. I forgot. But you guys can see market cap $134 billion, earnings per share $8.44. So those are some pretty nice earnings right there. Let me see the share price performance, 3.96% in the positive in the last month. Year to date, 47.11%. In the last year, 23.3%. In the last 5 years, 67.6%. Dividend, it has a nice yield, 3.81% dividend yield. So that's pretty nice right there. Let me see. Dividend growth. Yes, it's a little bit all over the place, the dividend. So you guys can see the dividend growth is in the negative 0.70%. So the dividend yield is not always going to be 3.81%. It's going to go down and up from what I see. So there's no real dividend growth. Payout ratio is only 35%. So that's pretty good right there. Let me see. This one is a bank. So revenue is growing, which is pretty good right there. Then let me see the earnings per share. It is growing. The earnings per share is pretty nice. Yeah. I don't know. It has some nice share price appreciation, but do you live in Canada, Isra? Is that why you're looking at it, or Mario? Hey, brother, still accumulating SCHD and DGRO shares. Nice, Mario. Nice to see you there too, Mario. SCHD and DGRO. DGRO is pretty good too. JL, good starting portfolio, Jeremy. He will thank you for that. Yeah, definitely, Jeremy. Thank you for helping someone start their portfolio. I told my brother-in-law, hey, you should open like a retirement account, like a Roth IRA. Start with the S&P 500. I mentioned it, but never heard anything about it again. So I don't know. I just didn't approach it anymore. I don't really talk about this to anyone except you guys. That's why I have the channel. Pretty much I started the channel so I can talk, so I can have people I can talk to. And I knew I could find people here that are knowledgeable with investing. So I'm able to look into it a little bit more and learn also together with you guys, like a little bit more. So that's pretty much why I created this channel, to talk with you guys. So I don't know. I just feel a little bit weird talking about it with other people. I don't know. What approach do you guys take with other people when talking about this? I really would like to know, like, how do you guys start a conversation? Especially with people that they don't know much about it. I just want to know. JL, yes, I have QQQI and SPYI. So yes, I knew you had some of those. Jeremy, I bought calls on CRM on Friday. Little crash. Also bought a call on Amazon, all for January expiration. Amazon opening at 220 right now on Robinhood. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess stock analysis is a little bit behind. Which one is a good website for me to look at this a little bit? Because I pretty much use stock analysis and Yahoo Financials. That's pretty much what I use most of the time. Those are the two that I'm mostly familiar with. So let me know if there's another one that I can look into. Maybe give me more accurate or more up-to-date information. That would be great. But these are the two that I usually use. I don't know much about calls yet, call options. That's going to be something that I need to learn in the future also about call options. But as of right now, I really like, investing in holding. I haven't really gotten used to like, buying and selling quickly, like a trader or something like that. I'm kind of liking the process of buying and then holding. I think has been working for me pretty good so far. Some of my holdings, I used to get nervous at first when I bought them, and then it took a share price dip, and I'm like, man, I bought at the wrong time. I keep on doing the same mistake. But when I held them long term, they grew pretty good. So, some of them are like Main Street Capital, Johnson & Johnson, which it has gone up in share price almost at $200, Johnson & Johnson. So, some of those positions I have bought, I held them, and it has been working out. So I'm kind of liking a little bit more the buying and hold strategy than buying and like swing trade, and sell it quickly. So, so far I've been liking that. All right, let me see. JL, nice. I am adding more CRM too. Yeah, Salesforce. Very popular one right now in Salesforce, honestly. So, a lot of people are liking that. Let me see. Ghoul, hello there. Just a friendly reminder, make sure to have a 6-month to 1-year emergency fund, because you never know if your neighbor decide to burn his apartment and almost get your apartment. Oof, you're giving that advice like, something bad happened near you. So let us know if something like this happened. But definitely very good advice, for everyone. Have that emergency fund, because you just never know. I have a high yield savings account. And this is also something that I learned as of recently, in the recent years. It's like I always used to have some money in savings or in my checking account. But it was like one of those regular saving accounts that doesn't earn anything, And since I started learning about investing, I started looking a little bit more into other accounts that I can invest or hold money on. I came across the high yield savings accounts, and it definitely was a game changer right there. Some of the money that I earned from my high yield savings account, where I had the Disney money, I was able to pay for some stuff with that money, with the interest that I earned in that account with that money. So it definitely helped out a lot, and definitely something good to know. Also, if you have an emergency fund, I think a good place to keep it on is a high yield savings account, so you can earn interest along the way. So you don't just have it there parked, sitting down, doing nothing while the bank is using it to invest, and make like more money. At least if you get a high yield savings account, you can definitely save it up there and still earn some money, like a nice amount of money. So definitely a good advice right there. Ghoul, to everyone. Sprout is not a year old yet, so it's analyzing the yield differently. Different sites will report it differently. I'm guessing you're probably talking, which one was it? The ticker symbol IYRI. Is that what you're talking about? I think that's the one that Sprout is mentioning here. I'm sorry, I'm very behind in the chat right now. Jeremy, nice. JL. JL is showing 8% because Seeking Alpha go by the previous 12 months and it only came out in January. Oh, that's why. So IYRI, that's why. That's why it's only coming out at 8%. Okay. Very understandable. Jeremy, CRM held $240 through the sell-off Friday. So I'm looking at that as a good sign of a bottoming. Okay, so maybe did reach the bottom already. CRM. Let's take a quick look at CRM. Let's see the share price. We looked at it last week. Any of you guys also investing in Salesforce right now? You guys can see that it's a $240 after hours. So you guys can see here PE ratios are 35.12, forward PE 20.21, the earnings per share $6.88. And this one has some pretty good financials. That's why the forward PE looks pretty good, like it's gonna be a lot cheaper at the share price that it's at. And the price target, you guys can see 37% from here, $331 from Salesforce. And if you guys see the revenue is just growing pretty well right here. And I think it's right now at $39.5 billion. And I think this one was buying back shares too, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, so as you guys can see, shares outstanding is buying back shares. So it went from 992 million shares to 957. So they're buying back shares. They're growing their free cash flow also. So it's growing pretty well right there. So this one looked pretty good too when we looked at it the other day. I don't think it has a... Oh, yeah, it does have a dividend. 0.69%. So payout ratio is only 24.18%. So pretty safe, that dividend right now. But, you might expect some very nice growth from here. Down 27.7% year to date. In the last year, down 16.6%. In the last 5 years, it's down 9.14. So I do see a lot of people investing in this one in Salesforce. So it might be something that, might be nice to invest right now. I'm not looking at it right now. My decision was IBIT. I'm gonna go with Bitcoin right now, but yes, this one not looking bad. Not looking bad. I see some people in the YouTube community also doing some analysis on it. Let me see who else. The Thrill Neos ETF are ROI. Is more tax efficiency. It has its benefits. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, with the Neos ETF, if they have better tax efficiency, that's definitely good. Thanks, JL. I missed that in the chat from Jeremy. Then Isra, I'm Florida, but I work for the armor company Brinks, so I know how much I'm picking up from business and banks. Okay, that's good. That's good. You got some insight in there, so that's pretty good. That's a pretty risky job too, Isra. So definitely stay safe, Isra. But definitely a good job too. And they're starting the conversation at 55 is easy. Don't be like me. Let me give you some pointers. Okay, Anders. Yep, definitely good right there. Troy Williams, good job. Never interrupt the compound. Yep, that's a good quote right there. JL. I am not into calls either. I don't understand it very well, so have covered call ETFs instead. Yeah, JL, pretty same here. I'm not gonna say that I'm an expert. I'm also not a financial advisor, guys. So, but yeah, I'm not familiar with covered call ETFs. Maybe in the future, I will say probably maybe give me like another 2 years or so before I start looking into it. I'll probably look into it before, but as of right now, not near. It's not nowhere near right now for me to learn covered calls. But it's not something that I'm also disregarding, that I'm never gonna learn, because maybe in the future I'll learn about it. Maybe I'll get good at it. But if I do start covered calls, I'll start with as safe as possible first. You know what I mean? So I can learn pretty much. I don't know if I can do that. That's why I haven't said that I'm going to into cover calls or call options or anything like that. But I'll try to do it as safe as possible first, even if I only earn a few dollars from a cover call or whatever. But I'll try to do it like that before I start getting better at it. It's like my first few mistakes that I made when I first started investing was when my portfolio was in a couple $100 to $1,000 to $2,000. So when I lost any money, I lost like around $20 or $100 or something like that, which I actually like that I did that I made those mistakes when I first started, because then now I feel a lot more comfortable the way I'm investing and in the companies that I'm investing in, because I feel like they are very good businesses like Amazon, Google. Those are great businesses right there. So I feel pretty good at the way I'm investing in those companies. And with the way I'm doing my research now more than before. So it is something that I'm happy that I made my mistakes before, when I was a lot smaller, when my account was a lot smaller. All right, let me see. The Thrill, look into SGov for your savings account. It's where I have 100% of my emergency fund and savings it's a state tax-free with a high yield. Okay, that's good. The Thrill. It's very good advice right there, for sure. I like that. Let me just look into it real quick, because I don't think I have that. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know. I'll look at it later on, but yeah. Let me see. Jeremy, yeah, I would never recommend options without educating yourself first, and paper trades are a good way to learn without real money. Okay, that's a very good advice right there, Jeremy, and very good point that you brought it up. Let me see. Anders, same, the there is 2K in HYSA next to checking for CYA money. Anything over that auto moved to SGov. Okay. So those are some very good points right there. JL, Jeremy, I agree. $240 is a good buy. I'm guessing you guys are talking about Salesforce right there. So yeah, definitely look good. David Castro, hey Jay, how many portfolios do you have? That's a very good question right there, David. So I pretty much have I have these two. I have the dividend and the growth portfolio. I have a Roth IRA and I have a 401k. And the 401k is one I always mention it. I always mention it, but in the 401k, pretty much like 85 to 90% of my money is in the S&P 500 in the 401k. I kept it simple. I kept it, as simple as possible, pretty much. So before I started learning about investing, oh, David, I'm telling you, I had it like in other mutual funds that they were charging me a lot and I didn't know what they were. Some of the money was in cash, not doing anything. I had like 25% in like cash or something like that, not doing anything. So yeah, it was pretty bad. I had some in the S&P with some grew, but I only had like 15-20% in the S&P. And oh man, David, once I started learning, I was like, oh man, the 401k, logged in, same day I noticed, I'm like, I gotta change this. And I went ahead and I just went, boom, moved everything into the S&P 500 pretty much. So I have it into two holdings, but I definitely, I'm definitely happy I learned about investing. If not, my 401k portfolio wouldn't be where it's at right now, and it is much larger than this dividend and growth portfolio put together for sure, the 401k. And I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy I learned about investing, and some of my investing that I learned was through YouTube while watching some guys like Joseph Carlson, Ryan Williams, who else? Dividend Diplomats. Oh man, I can't even think of any other names, but I learned through watching some of the guys. Then I did some research myself, and I'm like, oh man, like this is pretty good. And I started liking it a little bit more and more. And that's how I really got into investing, And then I was like, you know what? I see all these guys sharing their portfolio, having people to talk to. Let me just do the same. And then I just started my YouTube channel. and here I am, talking with you guys right here in the chat. So which is great right now. All right, let me see. Isra, I have 59 shares of JEPI. Okay, JEPI, that's nice. JEPI is similar to JEPQ. I do like JEPQ a little bit more because they have JEPQ have mostly in technology. That's what the word I was looking for. That's why I like it more. It has a little bit better performance than JEPI and a little bit of a higher dividend yield. Same expense ratio though. David Castro, are you planning on getting into waste management? No, I don't have it on my watch list. Honestly, it's not a bad stock. I like waste management. I think this is one stock that if you're really considering, it's something that when I think about waste management, garbage is never gonna go away. To be honest with you, there's always gonna be garbage. There's always gonna be recycling. Even with companies like, for example, Amazon and Walmart right now that are the top two e-commerce pretty much, because they do a lot of shipping too. Walmart have that new program, that Walmart Plus, something like that is trying to compete with Amazon, and a lot of people are liking that too. There's people near me that they kind of like that. So you're gonna have the waste of the packages, the bags, the boxes. So waste management, I think, is always gonna be there. So when I think about that and I think about waste management, I think it's a stock that definitely good to consider. Market cap $88.32 billion right now. Earnings per share $6.74. PE ratio 32.5. Forward PE 27.4. So there seems to be some undervaluation right now for the near future, based on the analyst predictions. And price target $253. So that's an upside of $15, 15%, sorry, from here. 1.51% dividend yield. So the dividend is a little bit higher now that the share price is down. So more, $3.30 per share per year. Let me see the performance. Year to date is up 8.65%. Last year only up 3.31%. And in the last 5 years, it is up 90.07%. When you look at it right here, you see the revenue going up. I expect that from this company. It's right now $23.9 billion, which is good. Let me see, the operating income is also growing very well. I know they're going to have some investments to do. You know, they're probably going to have some CapEx investment because I'm sure their operations are not cheap because you got to maintain the trucks, the payroll, all that. So, but if you guys see right here, shares outstanding, buying back shares. I like this. Very good sign. Very good sign right here. Let me see the earnings per share. Oh, the earnings per share is growing too. $6.76 right now, trailing 12 months. So it's growing pretty good too. Free cash flow pretty steady, $2.1 billion right now. So looks pretty good too. I like this company. You know, I like Waste Management. I don't see why not. You know, I'm not looking into adding it right now or nothing like that. But you see the total debt. This is probably because they gotta invest. You know, I'm sure it's not cheap. It's not cheap to maintain those trucks. You know, the properties where they do all the collecting of the garbage. You know, where they go dump them and all that. I'm sure none of that is cheap. So it's probably a little bit expensive. But I like everything else from Waste Management. You know, if you're looking into adding it, I don't know. You know. It's your portfolio, right? Only you can make that decision. But I don't see it as a bad company. And I think this company is going to be there for the future or in the future. All right, let me see. ISRA, it's earning me over $20 monthly. And then I invest into the regular stocks. Okay, so that's, I'm guessing, from one of your savings accounts. So that's pretty good. Finanzas con estilo. Okay, nice to see you there. Finanzas con estilo, and up we go again. So I'm guessing the stock market is up once again. You know, I know our president put another tweet that I think everything was okay with China. I should have opened up my X in here. Maybe I'll open it up in a few minutes and I'll show you guys some of the tweets that made the stock market go down, and then now today just supposedly going back up. So I'm hoping Bitcoin stays down though, you know, so I can open my position tomorrow. I want to open it at a cheaper price. I don't want to open it at an expensive price. But right now, right here in after hours, let me know which other website I can take a quick look that will show me a more accurate after hours. I'll look it up if you guys put it in the chat. Unboxing names. SoFi looks like another good company. I'll start a position if it drops to $20 or lower. SoFi is a fintech company, so you know, a lot of people invest in SoFi. So under $20, that will be pretty nice. Let me see. Options are a great way to lever up a portfolio. They can be as safe or risky as you want to make it. It's also something you can do for short-term and long-term options. Okay, yeah, so that will be good, Jeremy. I think in the future, I'll probably, you know, I'll definitely look at it, you know, look into options and see if I learn. But as of right now, you know, I don't have much time. I barely even have time to research my stocks, you know, sometimes. Like, for example, this weekend, while I was at work too, in my second job, I had some downtime and I was able to look a little bit more and more into Bitcoin, you know, and which is what helped me make the decision this weekend. But we're having two jobs and also having a YouTube channel, you know, to share with you guys. I'm trying to be a little bit more active on X also. I'm going to try to grow my X. Later on, I'll probably put my link in here in YouTube. But just trying to stay active, you know, grow my YouTube channel also, you know, do my research in my stocks and all that. It takes a lot of time, you know, and with two jobs, it's a little bit difficult. So But as of right now, I gotta have the two jobs, so I gotta pay for everything. Everything here in New Jersey is pretty expensive. Everything is pretty expensive. So, let me see. JL, yes, I am hoping SoFi drops to $20. My average is $7.52. But it's only a small position at the moment. Wow, very nice position, JL, on SoFi. I think SoFi, let me see what the share price is at right now. SoFi Technology, it is at $26 right now in share price. So PE ratios are 53, forward PE at 60. It's one of those stocks that is very popular out there. Year to date is up 70%. Very nice gains right there. So wow, JL, $7. Wow, you must have been buying it, over a year ago, because not even a year ago it was $7. So maybe in the last 5 years, somewhere right around here, since 2023, JL, you've been holding it. Who else holds SoFi right here in the chat? Let me know in the chat. And what's your cost? Because that's pretty nice. $7.52. Cost per share. That's pretty nice right there. Jeremy, SoFi at $27.60 on the moment. I will be happy with 21. Okay, that's a pretty good share price right there. I never looked into this one really, so I know it's a fintech company pretty much. It operates through 3 segments: lending, technology platform, financial services. This is mostly like an online bank, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's what SoFi is. So pretty much. Let me see, JL. Yes, I haven't bought any SoFi in a long time, but it's looking like I should pick up some more. Maybe soon, JL. Maybe soon it will go down in share price. But as of right now, it looks like you have a lot of gains right there. Some very nice gains. Definitely at $7. So right now you have, what is it, 300%, gains right there in your position, for sure. Let me see the thrill. I'm heavy on SoFi with a $15 average, adding every time it goes below 25. I don't mind getting my average to $20. Okay, the thrill. So definitely right there. You guys believe in this company a lot, so which is good. It's a good thing. This is probably something for the future also. I haven't really looked at it, so I don't know much about it. Founded in 2011. 5,000 employees, but they don't have any physical banks. How do they have so many employees though? Isn't this mostly over the internet? But anyways, AI is probably going to help this company become more profitable in the future too. That's what I'm thinking too. A company like this one. The thrill sounds like a good plan. Yeah, that is a pretty good plan right there. Let me see, Jeremy. I built my SoFi position last year or so, selling puts at $7. Then only added when it was oversold. Bought cost average brought cost average up to $7.69. Wow, so you also have some very nice gains right there, over 300% in gains in your SoFi position. So that's pretty good right there. From what I see, guys, that's pretty good so far. For sure. All right, anybody else have any comments in the chat? Let me show you, since I don't see any other comments in here in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Very, very important. I really appreciate it. Let me look into let me open up my dividend portfolio. I think this is what I'm going to be looking at right now. Let me see something real quick. There's about 17 of you right there and 14 likes. So please don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Very, very important. And let me know also any stocks that you guys want to take a quick look right now. And I'm going to show you their portfolio in a second. So let me see something else real quick. Before I go ahead, go right here. So this is my portfolio right here to anybody that wants to see it. So you guys can see right here in the bottom, is not blocked yet, but $28,000 right here, $28,900 in market value. These are both of the portfolios together. $2,800 in unrealized gains, 10.8% in unrealized gains. So CamView is one position that I'm going to be selling in the future. I pretty much thought about it more and more, and their products, a lot of the companies are going more with generic products, especially now. What's their name? Amazon is also going to have generic products. So I think they're going to have a lot more competition in the future from CamView. So that's why I'm kind of going to go away from CamView. And they haven't been performing very good in financials. I thought it was going to get better over time. I invested in it thinking that CamView will be better in the future, but it hasn't been good. So it is one position that I'm going to be moving on from, and I'm going to sell in the future. Right now, I got 21.3% in unrealized losses. So hopefully something happens that will bring up the share price, and I can sell it at either no gains or at a better gain, at a nicer gain. But yeah, that's something. That's one position that I'm looking at selling. Together with Pfizer. Pfizer has a nice dividend yield. Pfizer has me a little bit undecided, like if I should sell or if I should buy more. I honestly thought about selling, in the past few months, but yeah, I got 23.5 shares. I think I am gonna sell. I'm leaning more towards selling. In CamView, I am like a 90-10. 90% I'm gonna sell, 10% I'm gonna keep. In Pfizer, I'm like a 70-30, pretty much. 70% I'm gonna sell, that I'm gonna sell the whole position, 30% that I'm gonna keep it. So that's my plan with these two. Coca-Cola I am going to keep. Coca-Cola is one I'm going to keep. I like Coca-Cola. We like the Coca-Cola products here at home, so I'm like, since we like them, we buy them here and there. It's not like we drink soda all the time, but on the weekends I like to drink soda. I drink water most of the week, or all the week, and then in the weekends I drink, a little bit of soda. I drink a can or two. But Coca-Cola products is our favorite, so that's why I like the company, so I'm gonna invest in it. Let me see who else dropped some comments in the chat. JL, would you be adding to Starbucks SBUX now their price has dropped? So I wanted to drop some more. Let me see. Actually, I haven't even been following it. So thank you, JL, for bringing it up. $78.46. So it's under my cost right now. Let me take a quick look at Starbucks. Let's take a quick look. SBUX. I think Starbucks will recover eventually. I have a stronger belief in Starbucks than CamView, pretty much. So I do want to keep Starbucks. Let me see Starbucks. PE ratio right now is at 33.9. I gotta get their average PE ratio. I gotta look at that. Forward PE 31.9. Let me see. Price target is $101, so 28% from here. Upside, that's pretty good. Share price hasn't been performing very well. 14.02%. Dividend yield right now is at 3.11%. Let me see what my yield on cost is in my position. Just give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me click on the dividend portfolio. I think this one has a more accurate yield on cost, and I have a 2.92%. Yield on cost on this one. So, I could pick up some shares with a higher dividend yield. Maybe I should start adding into Starbucks so I can start bringing down my cost. The payout ratio is something that also concerns me a little bit. I think they're going to cut their dividend. I think that they're going to. They only grew their dividend very, very little, only 1 cent. I think it was like 1% or something like that. It wasn't that much. So I do believe Starbucks is going to cut their dividend. Dividend growth 5.60%, but they only grew at 1%. So I do think that they're gonna cut their dividend slightly, but hopefully they don't. Hopefully, what's his name? What's the CEO's name? I knew it recently. I forgot the name of the CEO. but he's getting paid a lot of money. That CEO definitely. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the CEO of Starbucks, the new CEO. Let me know in the chat there. I don't think I can find. Oh, Brian Nickel. Brian Nickel. He's getting paid a nice amount. I think he will help Starbucks recover. I think he will. I also see Starbucks products in the stores and in my fridge. Because here at home, my family went yesterday to Costco. I couldn't go because I was working, but they went ahead, and because the Starbucks cold coffee, they like it here. My oldest daughter and her mom, they both like it, so they bought two because it was on sale. Two double packs. So so I see Starbucks products even here at home. So I think Starbucks will recover. Let me know your opinion in the chat right there. What do you think about Starbucks? But maybe I should start investing. JL, that was a good call for sure. So I think I'll probably start DCAing into it so I can bring down my cost some more, because I'm not planning on selling Starbucks as of right now. I do believe that they will recover. I think the business will recover eventually. Let me see, Jeremy West. I'm thinking about selling puts at $15 for Kenvue. So I don't know much about it. I'm sure it's something good. If you're mentioning it right here, I do believe it's something good. So you can go ahead, Jeremy, for sure. Let me see, JL. I took some gains on my BDCs early in the week, so had some nice buying on Friday. Very lucky. Oh, very good timing right there. JL, very good timing. Yeah, Main Street Capital has gone down in share price, so very good timing if you took some gains right there. Especially with the interest rates going down, I think BDCs are gonna be affected. Jeremy also mentioned that in the comment in the last video, so very good move right there. Legendary, evening all. Nice to see you, Legendary, in the chat. I was waiting for you right there. So JL, hi, Legendary. Let me see, unboxing names. Can you analyze Lowe's and Home Depot? I'm planning on opening a position on one of these companies on my taxable account. Okay, so Lowe's and Home Depot. What are the ticker symbol? Let me see. For Lowe's, LOW. Let me put it right here in the chat. Any of you guys hold Lowe's or Home Depot? Leave your opinion on the company in the chat also. I want to know who holds any of these. I think I will lean more towards Home Depot, but I never really... I looked into these two companies, but long time ago. And I just... I don't do retail companies. The only one that I really want is Costco. But market cap right now, $130 billion for Lowe's, $234. Let me see the share price. Ooh, right now it took a nice share price dip. It was at 271. Let me see, was this in the last month? Yeah, 13% down from $272. So right now, PE ratios at 19, forward PE 18.07, earnings per share $12.17. So I'm gonna take a look at those financials right there. Dividend yield 2.07%, so $4.80 per share per year. And the price target $282, upside of 21.4% from here. Let's take a quick look at the financials. And ooh, the revenue is going down. This is not a good sign right there. Unboxing. This is not a good sign right there. Revenue going down. Let me see, operating income. It's also pretty flat, going down also. Let me see the shares outstanding. Well, they're buying back shares, so this is a good sign right here. But the revenue is going down. I don't like that. I think they have a lot more competition now, Lowe's. Because I know Amazon also sells some of the stuff that they sell too. So probably Amazon is taking some market share. Let me see the free cash flow. Yeah, $7.6 billion right there. So pretty steady. Not much. Let me see. Let me take a look at the balance sheet. Total debt. They have a nice amount of debt, $39 billion in debt, and they have $7 billion in free cash flow, so it will take them a little while to pay the debt. But what I don't like is that the revenue is going down. When do they announce earnings? Did they just announce earnings? When do they announce earnings? That will be something that I will like to look into. But yeah, the revenue has been going down the past couple of years. You see it right here. Look at it right here. Has been going down. That's not a good sign right there. They're calling it a buy right now with an upside of 21%. Are they expecting like some very nice revenue growth in the near future? That would be great. Let me see if I could see the revenue by segment. You can see building products. Yeah, everything is going down in revenue. Other sectors, other segments. Home decor is going down. Building products is also going down. And everything is more expensive now, so it should be going up. But I'm guessing that's why probably it's going down. This is not a good sign from Lowe's. Let's check out the Home Depot. And let me know which one you guys prefer. Home Depot, ticker symbol is HD. $375, PE ratio 25.5, forward PE 23.9. Analysts are calling this a buy. Wow, the price target $441, 17% upside. Earnings per share $14.71. Higher yield at 2.45%, $9.20 per share per year. Let me take a look at the share price. Yeah, down 9.5%. I'm guessing this is based on the news with the tariffs, also probably because some of the or I think most of their items they get it from internationally, from either Canada or China, overseas, other places. So you guys can see year to date is down 3.4%. Last year down 9.6%. Last 5 years, 31.42% in the green. So that's a pretty good, nice share price appreciation there. You see, now this one is better. You see the revenue, how it's growing? And I kind of like Home Depot more than Lowe's, to be honest with you. I like it a little bit more, but that's just my preference, in store. Let me know in the chat which one you guys prefer. Let me see, 165 billion. Let me see operating income. Let me see, it's pretty much 21.6. Let me see the shares outstanding. Oh, they're buying back shares. So revenue is growing, shares outstanding is growing. Don't only look at the financials that I'm looking. When you're looking into a stock, you gotta look a little bit more. So, but I'm just doing a general look right here. Earnings per share 14.7. Let me see the free cash flow, $14.23 billion. So that's pretty good right there too. Let me see the balance sheet. You see the debt, $61.3 billion in debt. That's a lot of debt right there. Let me take a quick look at the metrics, revenue by segment. You see this one is a little bit better. You see it went down, their segments. Building materials was going down. It went down as much as $52.8 billion. Or, yeah, $52.9 billion. And then now it's up to 53.1. Their decor segment is 51.9. So it's growing once again. It went down to $50.3 billion. And then let me see, hard lines is also growing. So this one looks a little bit better, honestly, to me. Has better financials from what I'm seeing right here. Just a quick look. You got to do a little bit of a deeper research. And payout ratio is at 62.2%. So it's still pretty good. I like this payout ratio. Dividend growth 3.5% right there. Dividend yield 2.45%. And the growth last 15 years, they have grown their dividend. So this one, to me, out of the two, I like this one more. I like Home Depot more. And I kind of like the Home Depot store a little bit more. So it kind of makes sense. But yeah, we just looked at both of them. Make your best decision, to be honest, unboxing. And that's all I can say. Legendary. Not sure about Starbucks cutting their dividend. their safety rating is still pretty high. Okay, so that's good. That's good. You know, hopefully they don't. They only grew it by 1% in Starbucks. So, you know, I think you know, I'm hoping Brian Nickel definitely help the company recover for sure. Isra, HD, and Lowe's. I'm holding both. I dip my finger in every pie. You know, I like more Home Depot. You know, to be honest with you, in Isra, not trying to change your opinion on them or anything like that. But from what I saw here, I like a little bit more Home Depot, and I like the Home Depot store a little bit more. To be honest. The thrill. I do a lot of swing trades. Starbucks was one, made 20% and dropped it. I don't see growth anytime soon. Yeah, I also don't see growth anytime soon from Starbucks. But I still believe in it long term. I still think that maybe long term is one that I think it's gonna be okay. You know. I do believe Starbucks will grow in the future. Maybe I'll take my gains in the future. You just never know, right? But as of right now, I kind of like you know, yeah, kind of like Starbucks still. I think my main focus right now is gonna be selling Kenvue and Pfizer. I'm gonna sell Kenvue first, most likely. As of right now, I'm gonna collect the dividend though. You know, they got a 4% dividend yield, so I'm gonna collect the dividend in Kenvue. Hopefully they don't cut it anytime soon too. You know. But yeah. Let me see. JL on Isra laughing at the comment. I'm guessing you're laughing at the comment. I'm holding both. I dip my finger in every pie. Shannon, pre-market is looking good. Surprising. You know, that's good. That's good to know right there. You know. Which one would be a good site to let me see, Yahoo Finance. Let me see if I can see it right there real quick. Let me see if it has a better let me see, news market. Let me see, let's take a look at the S&P. Are you guys looking at the S&P futures? Is that what you guys are looking at? It looks, let me see, S&P futures looks pretty good. Let me look at VOO real quick. Let me see if this one will show. Yep, it does look. Wow, VOO is up. Let me show you guys real quick. But VOO right now, it shows $607. So up 1.23%. So market is looking really, really good. You know, market looking really, really good. But the only thing that I don't like is that I wanted to buy Amazon some more. You know, I thought it was going to be at a nice dip. Hopefully it does stay in the nice dip. But wow, overnight it's looking like the market is going to be bullish. Anybody buying tomorrow, Monday? Let me know in the comment. Let me know in the chat, guys, if you guys are buying tomorrow on Monday. But it looks like it's going to be bullish. You know, it's going to go back up. In share price after the nice share price dip. This was a good opportunity right here. Which one of you guys took advantage of it on Friday? Also, let me know in the chat. What did you guys buy on Friday? Let me know in there in the chat. Who took advantage of what? You know, which companies did you buy? I'm glad I bought Amazon. I bought $100 of Amazon. I want to buy a little bit more. I'm gonna see where the share price is at when the market opens. But I'm gonna try to keep an eye on it so I can then go ahead and and hopefully buy a little bit more for sure. All right, let me take a quick look right here. Oh man, you know, this is looking let me see something real quick. Let me look into something real quick, guys. Right here, let me see something real quick. I'm looking into something real quick right now, guys. I'm sorry. Align tab. Yeah, I think I'm gonna look into this later on. But yeah, there's about 11 on you in there, in viewers, 18 likes. So anybody that haven't liked the stream, please hit the like button. Don't forget to do that. Let me see, JL. I think out of the two, I will opt for HD, which is Home Depot. Yeah, I agree with you, JL. I like the HD. I like the financials there. Jeremy West, I sold HD back in April and dumped it into NVDA. No regrets. Oh, that must have been a very nice, very, very nice, some very nice gains there. Let me see where. All right, so if you sold a HD, right, Home Depot, let me put it right here, in April. Let me see, in the last year. Let me see, March, April. So you sold it somewhere here, right? And then you bought NVDA. I'm sure NVDA just had to, go up in share price. Very nice. Oh my gosh, look at this. You double your money right there. And you bought it right here in the 90s? What? That was some very nice gains right there, Jeremy. Very nice move. Very, very nice move right there, for sure. Look at this, $183. Have you sold your NVDA position, your NVIDIA position? A lot of people are expecting it to hit $200 too, again. I think, no, it almost hit $200. They're expecting it to hit $200 soon. So, wow. Very nice move right there. Very great timing, Jeremy, right there. For sure. JO, Jeremy, that was a good move. I agree. Legendary. Well, some dividend-heavy stocks are not meant to have massive growth. It's about stability despite market swings. Yeah, I agree with that, Legendary. Some of those higher yielder stocks, they're not going to grow up very massive in share price. So, very, very good point right there. Legendary. Very, very good point. Jeremy, thanks, JL. Yeah, that was a great move right there, Jeremy. Did you go out to eat after that? After all those massive gains? I don't know if you sold it or not, but the thrill, Home Depot, I will just keep buying SCHD. Okay, yeah, that's true. It's how I look at dividend stocks now. I'm down a lot on UPS, bought it for the dividend, then got hit with a 35% drop. Now I'm just collecting the dividend. Yeah, with UPS, I spoke about UPS before. I don't believe in UPS long term. I think some of these companies, like especially Amazon, is gonna take some nice market share from UPS. I think Walmart recently also made a deal with Amazon to deliver some of their things. So, so logistics wise, I think, UPS is going to have more and more competition, with a lot of people delivering things for e-commerce and all that. And UPS is pretty expensive to ship. So, and everybody's leaning more towards free shipping. I don't want to pay for shipping. Do you guys want to pay for shipping? When you buy something, you buy a t-shirt, you buy some pants, you buy some sneakers. Do you want to pay for shipping? No, you don't want to pay for shipping. So the way Amazon is going, Walmart with Walmart Plus, and some of these other companies with the free shipping, is the best option right now. And I don't know. I think UPS. I don't know. Maybe you guys are gonna burn me in the comments in the chat for this, but I wouldn't invest in UPS. For the long term. I think UPS is gonna slowly go down. I don't think it's gonna go away completely, unless they somehow figure out how to do better in shipping. Especially with the rates. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of UPS. Me, myself, personally, I'm hoping this doesn't change your mind on UPS, or anything like that. But I don't believe in UPS long term. That's why I never looked into the stock. Too expensive for shipping. And most of the people are just going, with free shipping now. So, the thrill tomorrow. Buying CRM under $250, Amazon under $217. So yes, I'm buying Amazon also under $217. Let me see real quick in Yahoo Finance to see if I could get a better share price of after hours share price on. Oh my god. So let me show you real quick. So actually I'm gonna just look into Yahoo Finance, right now. So you guys can see overnight it's already at $220. Amazon share price was at $216. Wow, the closing on Friday. Now 220, up 1.79%. Woof, after hours. I still like it at 220, I might throw $50, $60, honestly, into Amazon tomorrow after I buy iBit. Let me see iBit. Share price. Let me see if it shows right here. Yeah, so iBit is still at $65. So, Jeremy, what do you think? 2 shares or 3? Let me know in the chat, how many shares do you guys think I should buy on iBit tomorrow? I'm going to be buying iBit. I'm going to be buying it. So, let me know how many shares I should start my position with. 2 or 3 shares. $65, so that will be, if I buy 3 shares, it will be $190. So I'll still have about $300 to put on it. But yeah, share price is still down, so that's good. That's a good sign right there for me. That's an entry point, pretty much, in iBit. But Amazon is going up in share price, man. I wanted Amazon to go down to like 211 or so, honestly. Let me say, Jeremy, doubt I'm buying anything tomorrow. I'll place my bets on Friday afternoon. Yeah, very smart decision right there. I also bought, I also made my buys in the afternoon on Friday. I wish I would have bought a lot more Amazon. I should have put like $200, but it's okay. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be patient like I've been with other ones, but definitely. Isra, $30 on SCHD, AMT, CALM, CALM, and LMT every Friday. That's very nice. LMT, that's what's the name of that one? LMT, Lockheed Martin. Yeah, it's a pretty good stock too. It's up 0.98%. You guys can see right here. Let me see, year to date. It's up 3.93%. In the last year, is down 15.47%. This is one that it might be good to start, adding, start accumulating some shares. PE ratio 28.33. Earnings per share 17.83 right here. Screen looks very small, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but earnings date is on October 21st. So their earnings call is coming up pretty soon. But yeah, Lockheed Martin, pretty good company. Has been performing pretty good. Let me see. Unboxing names. I only bought SCHD on Friday. Okay, so that's good. That's still good. SCHD was at $26. So that's not bad. $26 for SCHD. Let me see. Black Wall Street. Locked and loaded with UNH and Target. Oh, nice. Especially with UNH. Where's UNH at right now? Let me see. UNH. I know some of you guys were buying what is it? UNH. They're in the chat. So let me just see real quick right here. UNH. Ooh, is up 0.71%. Let me see in the last year real quick. It's still down 40.69%. I know some of you guys were buying it right here in the 240s, 242. Finanzas con Estilo was buying it too. Was buying it right here in the 240s, 250s. 354. PE ratios are only at 15.434 right now. So dividend yield 2.49%. So very nice dividend right there. Who else is picking up some UNH right there? Target, I'm not a big fan, so not a big fan. Absolutely not from Jeremy. Still holding NVDA for the long run. Very smart choice right there, Jeremy. You know, very nice gains right there. That was a good move, honestly, for selling Home Depot and moving it into Nvidia and having double returns. Already double your money. That was great. JL, I did all my buying on Friday, so not sure what I will do tomorrow. Back to my normal DCA. Well, my teapot is empty. Ooh, JL, I need to run. Thank you for the chat. Bye, everyone. So, JL, nice to see you. Nice to see you in the chat. So, you know, that was good right there. Let me see. Anders, UPS, any airline shipping logistics company is going to be very cyclical. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, Anders, let me see the thrill. Would you ever do penny stock? I do penny stock for fun. I don't know. I don't think so. I did that once when I first started investing. I did that once and I lost. What was it? I didn't buy that many shares, but I bought maybe like $50 and I lost almost all of it. So I don't think I'm gonna do any penny stocks. Not as of not right now. You know, maybe if there's one company that is at a very cheap share price that I can then pick up some shares and hold long term because I like the company, you know, I like the future for it, you know, maybe I'll do that. Isra, buy three shares of iBit. Okay, so that's winning right now. Anybody else says either buy 2 or 3 shares of iBit. Let me know in the chat right there. Let me see which one wins. But as of right now, I'm gonna be buying 3 shares. Isra put in the chat 3 shares. So let me know how many I should start my position on Bitcoin, with 3 shares or 2 shares. Anders, I had the thrill. I have in the past. PK was not, but at 950. Okay, so Anders also try some penny stocks. Let me see. Sai Sam, what do you think about Cassie? CASY. Oh, hey Tim, nice to see you there. Hello everyone. Just got home from Thanksgiving dinner at my parents' place. Oh, very nice. Thanksgiving? We're in October. Are you like overseas or something? You know, Tim, let me know in the chat. But nice to see you there, though. Nice to see you there, Tim. And I know you missed it, and not sure if you have seen the video, but I bought $5 of VGT. I'm gonna try to start doing that every week. You know, whenever I make my purchases. Let me take a quick look at Cassie. CASY. Let's take a quick look right here. Let me see. So this is pretty slow right there. Let me see right here if I can do it right here. Yep, my other website my other tab worked better. So Cassie's General Store. Not sure what this company is. Cassie's General Store names in the United States. Its stores offer pizza, donuts, breakfast items, and sandwiches, tobacco and nicotine products. Okay, this is in consumer discretionary, and you guys can see the PE ratios at 35.72, forward PE 33.27, price target $533, so down from here right now, 4.23%. Dividend yield right now, if you pick up any shares, 0.41%, $2.28 per share per year. So let me see. Take a quick look at the financials. I see that it's growing their revenue, $16.41 billion. So that's pretty cool, pretty good right there. Operating income is growing also. So that's good right there. Shares outstanding. Let me see. Shares outstanding. It is it's pretty flat. So they're kind of buying back shares slightly, you know, a little bit. Let me see, the free cash flow is growing, so that's pretty good right there. I don't have an opinion on this one. Let me see the total debt. They have a lot of debt, $2.89 billion in debt. Let me see right here. Let me see their dividend. So payout ratio is only 13%, so their dividend is pretty safe right now. Yield is very low, 0.41%. Dividend growth. Oh, 15% dividend growth. Very nice. It went from 50 cents per share per quarter to 57 cents. Before that, it was at 43 cents. So it has some very nice dividend growth, though. Look at the dividend growth. I mean, right here. Very nice. In the past couple of years, it's been double digits. In 2021, but I'm guessing this is because of COVID. They were in the 2.32 to 3%. Let me see. So double digit dividend growth percentage since then. So not that bad. I'll have to look into this one a little bit more to have an opinion. I don't know much about it. But some of the numbers that I saw there, they look pretty good. Let me see if I open their website. So from what I see, this is Cassie's. So this is not a supermarket. I'm guessing this is... Oh, this is like a Wawa or something like that. Is that what this is? Yeah, I see. So this is like a Wawa or... what is another one? Like a Buc-ee's. Like something like that. I like Buc-ee's a lot. Save $7 when you buy any 2 large pizzas. All right, so I don't know. It doesn't look that bad. I'll need to look into it a little bit more so I can have a better opinion. But yeah, All right, let me see. Tim is back. Anders, I have $1,000 in Aptera. Should get listed this week, so I guess soon I will know if they are penny stock. Okay, so more talk right there about penny stocks. The Thrill. I have owned LMT for a long time. Great stock. I haven't bought in a while. Just using the drip. Oh, that's a good strategy with Lockheed Martin LMT. Tim, I have you in the background tonight since the Blue Jays are playing right now. I really appreciate it, Tim. I really appreciate that you're at least in the chat. I'm hoping. Let me see what the score is. I'm going to take a look. I got to take a look at the score, man. I got to take a look at the score. Let me see. MLB scores. Let's take a look, Tim. Okay, so Blue Jays are up. So I'm sure you are happy. Blue Jays are up 1-0 at the top of the 5th right now. Wow, nice. 1 run in the first inning, so that was good. 2 hits, 0 errors. I'm guessing they score on an error from the Seattle, right? I'm sure that's what happened there. So, yep. So 1-0 right there. So Tim is right now enjoying his time while listening to the stream. So thank you, Tim. Tim, Canadian, Anders Peterson, Cassie's best breakfast pizza in the Midwest. Okay, that's good. That's good right there. All right, so Jeremy, 2 or 3 shares in iBit is good either way. Just DCA every week for the real gains. Yeah, so as of right now, 3 shares is winning. Let me know, guys, in the chat. Anybody else? I think there's... How many of you are there? Let me see. Oops, I opened up the wrong app. Let me just close this real quick. But I opened up the wrong app. Let me see. There's 14 of you guys out there. 19 likes. So don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Very, very important. I would really appreciate it. All right. Let me go back into looking at the chat real quick. Let me open it up right here. The Thrill. Depending on the opening price, I will be adding to my penny stock Navitas. Up by 35% as of today. I have a stop loss, 25% gain. What's the ticker symbol of that one on Navitas? So we could take a quick look at it. Let me know in the chat. Team, woohoo! Springer lead off Hummer. Okay, so that was good right there. A nice hit, I'm sure. All right, Sai Sam. Thank you, Jay. It's a gas station in the Midwest. Okay, so yeah, so Sam, from what I saw, I took a quick look at it. I gotta look at it a little bit more to have a better opinion. on it, but it looks pretty good. I like those type of businesses, honestly, because like, for example, here in New Jersey we have Wawa, which it gets packed a lot, and Wawa is not public, it's private, so I can't invest in it in the stock market, pretty much. But it gets packed every day. I see a lot of people going there, so it might be something good to invest in. And they have some quick food. You could just go ahead, order real quick. They even have the app right now. I think we're leaning more towards that type of environment for the future. You go get your gas, pick up some food real quick, because a lot of those places, I saw that from the website. You have pizza. You got pretty much almost everything. Let me take a quick look at it. Yeah. So you got pizza, you got waffle breakfast sandwiches, you got cookies, you got salad, all that. So, you get your gas. Also, they have Tesla EV charging stations. That's another plus right there. The Tesla EV charging stations right here. So that's another plus. Those are things that I will consider if I'm going to invest in this. They also sell liquor, from what I see right here. But energy drinks, pizza, everything, take a look at the menu to see what it looks like. Let me see if it works. But you guys can see, have wings, sides. Yeah, this is pretty much like a Wawa, like what we have over here, like a Wawa. So those would be some things that I will consider. If it's doing good, financials are looking good, why not? Why not? I think we're leaning more towards this kind of business, especially their food is a little bit cheaper than other places, and it's pretty good. When I go to Wawa, I get me like the breakfast burrito, and with egg whites and steak. That's what I usually get there, like if I go. So and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's better than even some McDonald's breakfast sandwiches and stuff, and it's pretty much the same price. So, and you get the egg whites, you get steak, so that's some nice protein there. So I think some of those places are gonna be good in the future. That will be something else that I will think about when investing in a company. But I think that will be good. Isra, I'm watching baseball and NFL at Twin Peaks. I have my AirPod on. Oh, thank you, Isra, for listening to the chat, listening to the stream while you are watching your game. And this is the second week in a row. You like that place a lot. So this is the place. Let me take a quick look real quick, so I can show you guys the place that Isra likes. That Isra goes there to watch the games. But it looked like a pretty good spot, from what I saw there. Yeah, so I can't show you the this because it has like some some stuff. But if you guys see right here, this burger looks pretty good. This is what I saw the last time, this burger right here. So it looked pretty good. So Isra, what do you get from here? Let me know. This burger looks good. I don't know which burger this is, but it looks really good. It looks like a lot of, a lot of good grease. There might be some pulled pork in there, some barbecue sauce, cheese. I will remove the pickles. I'm not a pickles fan, but, it looks pretty good. And the chips also look good. But this burger right here, when I saw it the last time, I thought it looked pretty good, for sure, from the burgers. I love sweets too, so their chicken wings look good. So let me know, Isra, what you're having there, for sure. All right, Isra, I already liked it. The Thrill MVTS. Oh, okay, that's the Navitas. Let's take a quick look. Let's take a quick look at that one. Let me know anybody else that wants to take a look at any. Let's see what time it is. Oh, wow, it's 9:24 already. Talking with you guys, the time goes by pretty fast. I'm not sure if for you guys also happened, but talking with you guys. I enjoy it. I'm having a good time here. Even though I gotta go to sleep soon, but because I gotta go to work, but I do have a good time. So I really appreciate everyone's support right here. And let me show you this one real quick. This one, it's like Navitas Semiconductor Corporation, MVTS. That's the ticker symbol right there. So this is a penny stock pretty much. $1.75 billion market cap. So pretty large. In the last 5 days, it's up 5.24%. Last month is up 42.88%. Wow. Let me see. Year to date is up 130%. This is going to be a lot of risk though. So be very, very careful with these kind of stocks. Very risky. 231% in the last year. Wow. Very nice gains. Very nice gains right there. But in the last 5 years, it's down 25%. So let me see. So this one is in the semiconductor, which is where NVIDIA is at. NVIDIA is much bigger. And I forgot which other companies, but AMD also, if I'm not mistaken, is in the semiconductor. TMC, Taiwan Semiconductor. Or TSM, I think it is. TSM, I think it is. And Market Power Semiconductor in United States, Europe, China, rest of Asia, and internationally. It offers gallium nitride power integrated circuits, silicon carbide. I don't know. This is a lot of crazy words right there. The company's products are used in mobile phones, laptops, consumer electronics, data centers, solar inverters, and electric vehicles. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an opinion on this one, but let me see. The revenue is positive. It's at 68%, $68 million. So it just trailing 12 months, $68 million. Operating income is still down, so it's still, they're still burning cash, and they're gonna be diluting the shareholder, of course, because they're still growing. If you know a lot about this company, let me see their earnings. Yeah, earnings is slightly down, 0.65. Let me see free cash flow. Yeah, they're burning cash right now. That's why it's a penny stock. Very risky. I don't know. Very, very risky. I don't know if I would do it though. $7.44 million in debt. They're pretty much using the shares that they're issuing out to the shareholder. They're pretty much using that cash for the business, which in some situations is good. In some situations is good, and hopefully they do get better in the future. All right, let me see who else. Isra, Wawa is huge in Florida too, but Buc-ee's is way bigger. Yeah, when I went to Florida and I was coming back, I stopped at Buc-ee's like 2 times, and on the way down there too, I stopped in Georgia because Georgia has a big one too. Stopped in Georgia, stopped in South Carolina, I think it was in Buc-ee's, and I also stopped at the one in Florida. But at the one in Florida, I stopped on the way back because I needed to put gas. I didn't put gas before I left the hotel. So I pretty much put gas, and I went ahead and I had like their sandwich, the brisket sandwich. Then in Georgia, is when I had, or in South Carolina, I had the double XL sandwich, the one that have a lot of brisket. That one was good. I love their brisket. But Buc-ee's is one of my favorite. I also have a coffee mug. I'll show you guys in the next stream. But I really like Buc-ee's. The 2 times I've driven down to Florida like 3 times. So the second time I also stopped at Buc-ee's, and it's good. I like Buc-ee's a lot. And there's Twin Peaks website might not be safe for YouTube. Yeah, that's why I didn't, I didn't show everything. So yes, thank you for that. But yeah, that's why I didn't show everything because when you open it up, there's something that shows there. Can't talk about it too much. But I can show the food though. I can show the food. Pretty good food it looks like. All right, let me see. Isra, I'm eating now chicken tenders with honey mustard, shrimp, and fries. Their draft beer is very popular and cold. Ooh, nice. Enjoy. Buen provecho, Isra. All right. Unboxing names. I have APLD as my penny stock. Let me see. Let me take a quick look at that. APLD. All right. So Applied Digital Corporation, from what I see right here, it's at $33, but after hours it's $32. Analysts are calling this a strong buy. Let me see. Price target $29. What is this? This is operates digital infrastructure solutions, high performance computing, and AI in North America. Data centers, hosting business. The company offers infrastructure services to crypto mining customers and GPU. I don't know. A lot of stuff that I'm not understanding right now. If I look into it, I'll probably will. Let me look at the share price. Last month, 123%. Wow. Year to date, 344.9%. Wow. When did you buy this, Nams? When did you buy it? Did you buy it right here? In the $4, $5, $10 even? You have some very nice gains right there. They have it as a strong buy. In the last year, 359%. 5 years, 37,000%. Wow. What's in the cents? 10 cents, 11 cents in 2020. Who bought this one when it was down here? 33,000%. That's definitely pretty good right there. Yeah, wow, that's a lot right there. Let me see the revenue. $147 million. Did they get some nice contracts as of recently? Is that why it's going up so much? Shares outstanding. Ooh, they're diluting the shareholder a lot. 228 million shares, but it just started. I think he IPO'd. When was it? Let me see real quick. Let me see. IPO. Where's the IPO? I don't have the date here. I don't know why. Let me see the max. Okay, 2008. Wow, it was a penny stock all these years. For like 2 decades, pretty much. Yeah, since 2008, so a decade and change. Then it went up in share price, which it was good a lot. Then it went back down. Wow. That's some very nice gains right there. But I don't know much about the company. Very, very risky. So I wouldn't advise to you guys to just go ahead and put your money in here. Looks like a very risky stock. A lot of debt. I don't know much about it. Applied Digital source to all-time highs after earnings. Okay, so they have some very nice earnings, so that's good. Maybe their earnings are getting better. Is that what it is? They have it as a strong buy, so I don't know. But it would have been good to buy it, right here. In the single digits. That's what it would have been good at. Right now, it's more risky than before. All right, the Thrill Buckeyes putting good stuff. The Thrill, bro, I missed out on APLD. Dang it. Yeah, it had a lot of growth right there. It was on my list. Put why money on Amazon? Oh, you put your money on Amazon. The Thrill. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense right there. Just to put your money on Amazon. I think for next week, I'm going to see, I don't know if it worked this week. I don't think it did because I still got to work on it, but I downloaded something so I can pop up your messages. in the chat, whenever I select them in the chat, and it will pop up on the stream. So hopefully that will give it a little bit more, you guys will be a little bit more active maybe, or you guys will like it more. But it also helps out with you guys being able to read the comments, like everybody else's comments in the chat. So I just gotta play around with it. I just downloaded it before I came in on stream, so I should be able to set it up hopefully now this week. I'm gonna try to set it up. So but that's gonna be my new thing. Let me see what else. Who else is there in the chat before I log out? Anybody else want to look at any stocks or anything like that? I've been having fun. So, it's been about 2 hours. So a little bit over 2 hours. It's 9:35 right now. So I've been having fun. Should I also do it a little bit? Should I do it a little bit earlier? Should I start at 7? I think 7:30 is good because I was able to work on downloading that software that will help me pop up your messages on here. So whenever I click on them, you're gonna be able to see. Everybody's gonna be able to see the comment that I'm reading. So you guys can see it and read it with me. But I'm gonna be working on that hopefully this week. But let me know any other stocks that you guys want to look at before we stop the stream. I know some of you are also probably waiting to go to bed, or going to bed. Some of you are enjoying the game. Let's see. Let's see the MLB scores again. Ooh, Tim, what's going on there? 1-1. Seattle just scored at the top of the 6th. Okay, let's see what happens. Are you still with us, Tim? 1-1 right now. Wow. Let's see what happens. Somebody hit something? Let me see. Not the standings. Why did I click on the standings? No, this is the players. Where can I click on the game? Can click on the game and see? Can't click on the game for some reason. All right, but yeah, it's 1-1 right now. Tim is watching the game right now, and Isra is also watching. Is watching NFL, I think, and baseball at a restaurant. So where the food looks pretty good, actually. Let me see. Lonnie. Oh, Lonnie, how you doing? Nice to see you there in the chat. Lonnie Bryan. First time actually catching you. I really appreciate it. Anders, good chat, y'all. Nice to see you, Anders. Really appreciated you coming in the chat. Also, Lonnie Bryan, I like Grab. So we'll take a look in a second. Let me see. Jeremy, yep, it's my bedtime. Good stream, Jay. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night, Jeremy. See you next week. Unboxing. I got APLD around $6. That's good. Isra, have a good one, guys. Nice to see you. Also, Lonnie, Brian, Grab, Tim, Rally hit a bomb. Oh, wow. Isra, it's 1-1. Yeah, just looked at it. 1-1 the game. Of course, man. So, wow, home run right there. It was a homer. All right, the Thrill, have a great week. Hey, Lonnie, I know you're just logging in. I might be. Let's take a quick look before I go, so I don't leave you. I don't want to leave you hanging. Let's take a quick look at Grab Holdings before everybody leaves. But here it is, Grab Holdings, GRAB. Right now, PE ratio 215, forward PE 63, so there might be some undervaluation right there. Price target $6.04, so upside from here of 3%. $23.8 billion market cap. Let me see, in the last month it's up 10.78%. Year to date, up 24.1%. Last year, 60%. And in the last 5 years, wow, it's down 50%. Wow. That is not good. No dividend there. Revenue, let's take a look, is growing. So $3 billion revenue. Let me see the operating income. It's growing, so which is good. It's not much in the negative anymore. It's only a negative 40 million. So that's pretty good right there. Let me see the free cash flow is in the positive now. $651 million. So that's good right there. Earnings per share is also slightly in the positive. So that's a good sign right there. Let me see the total debt real quick. $1.91 billion. So it'll take them some time to pay it because they just got in the green, in the positive in revenue and free cash flow. So, not sure. I have to do a little bit more research in it, but let me see. Operates through 4 segments: deliveries, mobility, financial services, and others. The company offers its Grab ecosystem. Is this international company or is it US? I don't know. I will be a little bit nervous though to invest in this. I would still be a little bit nervous unless you've really done your research in it and you definitely yeah. All right, everyone. I hope I hope everybody liked the stream. Really appreciate everyone's support in the stream. Let me know if there's any topics that you would like to talk about in the next stream next week. But I'm really enjoying these streams. I'm gonna work on that so I can pop up your messages in the chat so we can all see it. So I'm gonna work on that this week, hopefully for next week, so I can populate them. And yeah, I'm gonna be adding some Bitcoin to the portfolio. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Also very, very important that you guys subscribe to the channel. And let me know also in the comment section, what are you guys going to be buying? Are you guys buying tomorrow? Market is bullish right now for tomorrow, so I don't know. I wanted to buy, but I don't know. I might hold myself. I think I'm going to hold myself a little bit. I'm just going to buy Bitcoin though. I am going to be adding that position, so maybe I'll put a pool. I'm going to post a pool. 2 or 3 shares. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.